Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. I am oh so excited for today's video and I hope you are too. Hourglass launched curated quad face palettes, and unfortunately for the US only, but we were able to customize our own quad face palette. So that's what I did. I want to show you what I picked. I also want to do comparisons with the other 3 face palettes that I own. I also have a trio face palette and some individuals, but I don't think I'll pull out the individuals. But yeah, okay. If you are new here, hi, hello. I give you an extra warm welcome. I would love it if you can click the subscribe button and hopefully choose to stay for a while. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you all so much. Without further ado, let's get started with this video. All right, my lovelies, face, well, at least foundation and concealer are on. I don't have powder because I did get a little sample of a liquid blush. I have tried this formula. This is just a new shade to me. So I'm on the Hourglass website, and unfortunately the custom palettes were only available for US customers. I don't know if they rolled that out first in the US just to see how well it did, and also the custom palette option is a limited edition option, which honestly they need to change that. When I ordered my custom palette, it did state that you are only allowed to order 1 per customer of the custom palette. They are currently, looks like, sold out, because when I click on the all option, nothing pops up for bronzers, highlighters, blushes, or the strobe powders. But the curated palettes, which they came out with 4 new ones, was it 4 or 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 here. These are still available. We can go through the shades because I think most of the shades, except for all the blush shades, because I think there was like 14, 15 different options for blushes. I feel they made sure and inserted every single shade available in these curated palettes. Okay, well, that sucks just a tiny bit because I did want to go through every single blush, but it's fine. I also have, like I said, my 3 face palettes, but first, let's start with this Unreal Liquid Blush. Scene is the little mini sample I got from Hourglass. I didn't want to pick the mascara because I don't think I enjoyed the mascara all that much, and I forget what other option. When I saw that it was a different tone than the one that I have, which the tone that I own is the terracotta orangey shade. Okay, so it looks like a pretty everyday kind of blush. So these blushes got so reviews. I did see some people who thought they were a little hard to work with, but I didn't think so. This is the 9.6 from Sephora. I don't have any cream bronzer. I really wanted to try this tone out since it is Hourglass and it's new to me. Oh, you see that? So pretty. I didn't find working with this formula difficult. So, yeah, but I'm glad I have a mini of a different tone than what I originally owned, because I do enjoy this formula, and if I do recall, it's not a cheap product. Okay, so beautiful, very everyday kind of tone. Okay, so I did set my under eyes with the What's Up Beauty pressed powder in shade Light, and then the rest of my face with my loose Makeup Forever powder. Let's open up my Ambient Lighting Edit customized palette. I don't own any of the previous quads from Hourglass. I honestly don't know why. I just never felt compelled to order one of the quads. Honestly, it makes more sense, especially if it has a bronzer, a strobe powder, highlighter, and blush. But I think the ones that I would go for, the reason why I decided not to is because I had 2 blushes. I don't need 2 blushes. Like, do you know how many blushes I own in my collection? I do have the Ambient Lighting Palette in Diffused Edit, and this one has bronzer, blush, and a strobe finishing powder. Okay, so 12-month shelf life, and it was made in Italia. All right, so here is, okay, and the back feels odd, but it does have, does it say? Okay, so that's probably why it feels like that. They probably printed it as it was being made. You picked your shades and they put the pans in the palette for you. So more than likely, as that was being done, that's when they printed the back sticker, because it does tell me finishing powder is diffused light, bronzer is diffused bronze light, blush is at night, and finishing powder is opal strobe light. So this one here is diffused light. This is the bronzer in diffused bronze light, the blush in at night, and it says here finishing powder, but I'm pretty sure this was under the highlighter category. Opal strobe light. Let me swatch these for you. I'm pretty excited. This is diffused light, which you can barely see. The bronzer, which honestly I do have to build this one up, but it's fine. The blush, I was hoping it'd be, oh yeah, it's pretty pigmented. And then highlighter, oh yeah, definitely more punch than the dim light. So there are all 4 shades. I am a light medium complexion pretty much throughout the whole year, unless I get a lot of sun during summer. I'm not quite 100% medium. I would say I'm on the lighter spectrum of medium when I do get a lot of sun. Okay, it does have a good mirror and it does stand up. I know that's a big deal for some people. For me, honestly, I don't care. All right, so I think what I'll do is I'll go ahead and use this since I can't go through all of the shades from the customizable palette. Okay, my husband finally went back to work. Children are not making it easy. So this dim light powder, I use it as a finishing powder. I don't actually set my face with this. It does not keep my oils at bay, especially in my T-zone. So if I don't want a super natural kind of highlighter, then I'll use this as a finishing powder. I can use it under my eyes. It does okay. But we're gonna start with the bronzer, which is the diffused bronze light, and I'm using this 121 brush from Vive. It's a pretty like soft but dense kind of brush. Like I mentioned, I do have to build this bronzer up, but 3 out of the 4 options for the bronzers I already own, and the only one I didn't own was that very orangey bronzer that a lot of people do not like because it is so warm toned and so orange. As much as I would have liked to purchase a new tone that I didn't own, I did not want to purchase one that I knew I wasn't going to touch because it was too orange. But as you could see, you can definitely notice the bronzer. I just have to use a little bit more of a dense brush so I can really lay down the pigment without having to go into the pan like 20 times. So yes, this does work for me. I just have to be strategic on how I use it. And the other 2 options, I have it in the highlighter, finishing powder, and bronzer palette. So I didn't want to put one of these in this quad because I already have both of them in this one. Okay, now we're gonna jump in to the blush at night. And I do remember, I think red being in the description of this tone. This is the TF3 from Sonia G. And the reason I picked this tone is because it sounded like it would be the most different out of every blush that I already have from Hourglass. So that's why I picked this one. Trust me, it was hard. It was hard a blush, but I did not want 2 blushes in this face palette. I am more likely to pick this up and actually use every single shade if I have one of each formula. But this tone is beautiful, and I don't think I have a tone that would be similar to this. I feel like with Hourglass powders, even though they are absolutely amazing, and I hope and pray they never change the formula, a lot of the blushes can look very, very similar once they are on the cheeks. Even if it does look different in swatches, once you blend it out on your face, they look really close in tone. Okay, I hope you can see how soft and almost airbrushed my skin looks. It's the Hourglass powders. Okay, now we'll jump into the diffused light, or is it dim light? Diffused light. The diffused light and the bronze diffuse and the diffused bronze light, both of those tones are also in this trio face palette. This is a mini cheek from Sonia G, and I'm picking up some diffused light powder, and I'm just going to, like I said, this is a finishing powder for me. It does not keep my oils at bay to use it as a setting powder. But it's so light and airy that even if I have set my face and then I go over with this to just kind of diffuse everything, it does not cake me up. I don't know what magic they put in these powders to do that. But every time I try to use a different powder for a finishing powder, like say the Charlotte Tilbury or the Westman, if I'm not careful, it can look cakey. And for some reason, with this Hourglass powder, it's just different. All right, and now we're gonna jump in to the highlighter. And I'm pretty sure, because I did check, what is it? Opal Strobe Light. I'm looking through the back of my holiday face palettes, and I'm 100% sure I don't own that shade, and that's why I went with that one. From Danessa. Oh, you see that? Okay, so this is definitely a little bit icy and more of a punch than I have been going for, but you can definitely really diffuse these powders out. And I think that's one of the things I absolutely love about Hourglass powders. It can get crazy, but you can diffuse the craziness out. I'm just going over with the blush brush I used. Sorry, tongue twister right there. That looks so pretty. All right, my lovelies, I am back. I did finish the face off. I went in to the Gucci Brow Pencil Maybelline Brow Gel. I did go into the Laura Mercier Mascara. I thought I would leave it soft and didn't go into the What's Up Beauty Mascara. And then I did use my little curated 3 shadow palette. I don't know exact name of these tones, but I just went for a brown, a crease shade, and a pretty metallic tone. This is like the perfect everyday 3 palette eyeshadow palette, honestly. I did go into this Scattered Light Glitter Eyeshadow in Smoke, just to give it a little bit more shimmer, because the one in the curated palette that I made, it's more of a metallic and it doesn't really have sparkle. For the lips, I did go into the Hourglass lip liner that I own, Tempt 3, and it's a little bit more of a like cool tone mauve shade. I need to pick up like a brown or a sculpting kind of tone. And then I did go into the Morgan Turner and Odin's Eye collaboration liquid lip in LOML. It's like a powder cushiony kind of texture. I love it. I absolutely love that liquid lip. Okay, I'm trying to hurry up because my husband went back to work and these twins are just Wyatt came in tattled on Hartley Girl, so I will probably get down there to a huge mess, and it sounds like it involves water. Okay, so I think what I'll do is swatch all of the bronzers. I'm going to swatch the highlighters and the strobe powders just because I feel like those are so hard to actually see. But let me swatch the two bronzers from my highlighting and bronzing palette. Golden Bronze Light, which is one of the shades that was available to choose from. I did not pick it because I already have it in this palette right here. And Lunar Bronze, which I feel is a little bit more of a neutral kind of bronze. And then the one I picked for my palette, which is gonna look pretty light next to this one. And I'll go ahead and swatch it from this one as well. Luminous Bronze Light. Luminous Bronze Light, is that the one that I picked? Diffuse Bronze Light. Okay, so this one is different from, I thought this one was the same as the one that I picked. Okay, so I do have 4 different bronzers, which is nice. Okay, apologies. So this is the Snake palette. I just picked the Owl component, and this one has Solar Bronze, which I believe might be the other option for the bronzers that were, I think so, because this one's really warm. You see that? Okay, so I own 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different bronzers from Hourglass. Okay, so let me go ahead and swatch all of the blushes that I own from the brand. And in the Owl, there is 2, and I believe this one here is a highlighting powder that you can use as a topper. So let's start with Coral Haze, which is this one here. And even these 2 blushes, if you look at them, they look very, very similar. Coral Haze. Mystic Flush is this one. They look different in the swatches, but I promise you they look very similar on the cheek. Euphoric Fusion from this face trio. This one's pretty light. I do have to build it up, and honestly, I feel it looks more like an actual highlighter than a blush. You see that? The Tiger palette. This one has, no, 2 blushes. These 2, and this one's like a highlighters. So we're gonna swatch these 2. This orange one is Burnished Glow, and it's like a coppery orange. The only reason I picked this palette up is because of this blush right here. At the time, I was obsessed with orange blushes. And then this one here, which is Iridescent Rose. I would say this one may be the closest to the blush I picked for my quad. Okay, now we're gonna swatch from this palette, At Night. Let's watch it here. Okay, and other than an individual, which I want to say was like a pinky tone, those are all the blushes I own from Hourglass. All right, my lovelies, that's going to be it for this video. I am gladly reporting that I absolutely love this palette. It's the perfect curated quad. I'm pretty stoked that Hourglass finally, and I do mean finally, gave us this option. I hope that it becomes an option worldwide soon and they bring it back. It kind of sucks that it's no longer available on the website, but yeah, I'm pretty excited about this. We'll probably be using it quite a bit for the next couple of weeks. I hope you enjoyed the video. I wish I could have done more comparisons, but the available shades to customize your palette are no longer listed because they either sold out or they're just not available anymore. So apologies about that, but I hope the swatches I provided you with can just show you that you can definitely, if you don't have a huge Hourglass collection, like I only have these holiday palettes, this trio, an individual mini bronzer, which is bronzed light, a blush, which I don't remember what tone it is, but it was a pretty pinky tone. And I do own an individual, I think, diffused light, might be dim light. And that's it as far as the powders for your face complexion. So my collection isn't huge, but for somebody who has a very huge collection, they probably have every single tone that is available, that was available when you could create, when you were able to customize your own palette. That's going to be it. Again, thank you so much for being here. I love and appreciate every single one of you. You have no idea. All the comments, all the likes. If you use my links to shop, it truly all does mean the world to me. With that being said, do not forget to give the video a big thumbs up. And also don't forget to click the subscribe button if you haven't already. And I will see you all on my next video. Bye.